Worth and wrath!
Point for you!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
We've got company!
Worth and wrath! Silmes Nitum!
Coming from the right!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Silmes Nitum!
Protect the envoy!
You've got veteran.
Worth and wrath!
Couldn't have done it better.
Worth and wrath!
Never had a chance.
Left flank!
Worth and wrath! Silmes Nitum! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Another soul for the wield.
Mess up!
Behind you!
Watch your right!
Silmes me too!
Who's next? Anyone?
You take lead.
Sodding!
Nice, clean kill. On your right!
To your left!
Then!
Mine!
You're bleeding!
Silmes me too! Worth and wrath! Ahek worth and wrath!
Enemy to the right!
Behind you!
Ahek worth and wrath!
Defense is up!
Silmes me too!
You take lead.
Ahek worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
Nice!
Silmes me too!
Several against one. Nasty way to go.
Good fight.
Couldn't have done it better.
Worse than rot! I think worse than rot!
That fire's been out a while. I don't think anyone's coming back.
Always used to boast about her family's military history. She was better with a hammer than a sword.
I think worth and wrath!
Not bad, envoy.
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Miss me too! I think worth and wrath!
Watch the left.
I think worth and wrath!
Never had a chance.
Your turn, Kiana.
That's done? Who's hungry?
Unseen,
Spotting!
Remind me not to spook you.
Let's finish this.
Mine now.
I think worth and wrath!
They're coming!
Mess me too!
Nicely done!
Worse than rot! I think worse than rot!
You've got better aim than a sharpshooter, Giada.
Protect the envoy!
I think worse than rot! Worse than rot! I think worse than rot!
Good one!
Greetings and salutations, traveler. Welcome to our shop. Still a work in progress, of course. But once you stop being blurry, we can get to business. No, my vision's perfect. Just since I got bit by that giant spider, things have been blurry. It probably wasn't even venomous. The bite's not even that itchy. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but Kauka can take a look at me once our business is concluded.
Unfortunately, I'm much better with things that aren't so alive. We can talk after you die, though.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Really, it sounds like you worry too much. No, it wasn't that hard. I mean, we put up so many signs so that folks wouldn't get lost. You know what? It doesn't matter. As long as I get paid. Preferably more than Daiko. Here's the package you wanted. That'll... Whoa. Couldn't feel my head for a moment. Oh, that'll cost you, of course. I'm fine. Just a little woozy. It'll pass.
Aiko, did you forget the pitch again?
No, of course not. Our lovely customer just loved it so much, she wants to hear it again. Our wares are locally sourced and only harvested from those who have been humanely put down.
He means means we find dream thralls who are already dead.
Only because we're too scared to kill them ourselves.
My friends, our client must be bored by such details.
I want to crumple into a little ball and forget the last 5 minutes.
Aiko, out of all the schemes you've cooked up, this is by far the dumbest.
Just inhale the substance sharply through your nose and it's perfectly safe. Probably. Shortly after, you should see visions beyond your wildest dreams.
Sea blossoms, fields of stars. What does he know of how we dream?
Now, about payment. Wow, that was easy. Wait, could I have charged more? Damn it. Oh, and be careful. It's supposed to be an especially potent batch. Tell your friends, the friends not right here with you, I mean. And not the Tiranui either. Actually, before you go, am I the only one who just lost their vision? Oh, I don't feel so good.
Aiko dead? Even that spider bite wasn't supposed to be the size of a melon, didn't I, Shizu?
Yes, Kauka, you did several times.
Several times? Now I'll have to find someone else to let me dissect bodies we find. Ugh, it'll take forever.
You know, the responsible thing would be to try a sample. To make sure it's safe, of course. I thought you'd never ask. Poor decisions and questionable substances with crewmates. Ah, this takes me back. Reminds me of the time I tried to buy coral snuff and Deadfire. Pretty sure it was sawdust.
I think we've been duped. Rather disappointing. Drug dealers are usually so reliable. You learned a valuable lesson. That's something.
Why do you cloud your eyes? Could we not have shown you these things?
What matters is we tried it together.
I think worse than rust!
Show me what you got! Nice shot!
I think worse than rust!
Coming from your right!
Watch your right!
I think worse than rust! Worse than rust! I think worse than rust!
Find a better weapon.
Well struck.
That'll show 'em.
so bad. What'll I tell everyone back home? Oh, praise Andra. Help at last. My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. So, can you just go in and see what happened to everyone? Please? Well, yes, of course. We decided to take care of the Zorbs, you see. You heard about Eora, right? But what's to stop the Steel Garrote from doing the same here? We have to be prepared to protect ourselves, just in case. Plus, Captain Ruiki's great-grandmother was a general, so we even had a real leader among us. Well, this would have been our first time, but Captain Ruiki thought we were ready. The Zorbs have been getting closer to town recently. We just wanted to nip this problem in the bud. So can you just go in the cave and check on everyone? Please? Oh, thank you. Please help them however you can. And if they're dead, well, we made badges together before we came out here, and everyone should still have theirs. Find those, and you'll find the squad. Be sure to come back as soon as you learn anything.
Bravo!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Not bad, envoy.
Not a one more step, Revenant. I've got my eye on you.
I think worth and wrath!
Oh, no, you don't!
I think worth and wrath!
Who's ready for more?
A new face! Welcome, welcome! There may not be much left, but feel free to take a look.
Lead the way.
I think worth and wrath!
Let's finish this.
I think worth and wrath!
Couldn't have done it better.
Si mes mitum! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Another win, but who's counting?
이석수.
High ground. The ruin's natural defenses. Good place to post up.
Watch out!
I think worth and wrath.
Nice!
What was that? You should know better, envoy.
This one's mine.
Make the Inquisitor proud. Watch your flank.
To your left.
I think worth and wrath. I think worth and wrath.
You're gonna regret this! Stop right there!
Watch the left.
I think worth and wrath. I think worth and wrath. Worth and wrath. I think worth and wrath.
Any port in a storm. Or shrine. Wonder if Helia answered them. Beacons are lit. Fjord's Rangers are better organized than they look.
I'm going to miss this place.
We have been here before. The distant winds breathe soft across your skin, too? Flesh in the soil, worms in the flesh. A splash of hot blood seeps into the loam. Now, our memory is a wound, reopened. It didn't have to die. Twin stars fall through night and collide beside the sea. Nekad and Enhekala. The arc of one bright light obliterates the other. You are Enhekala, a Tabaru Sinakis. You speak for the garden, and for us, the gardener. You have not seen Nekad for 10 years on the day you come to blows. Which memory of him is true? Your relationship was often complicated. But who was Nekad to us in Hekala? Help us to remember. Nekad, your guide. He found you in a marketplace, the youngest child of Araudi 7, and recognized our thumbprint on your brow. He took you to the other Tabaru Sinakis, though he was not one of them. He helped you find your soul's home. And Hekala, did you worship him? From him, we learned that loss would always be a constant, and likewise, change. He taught us, too. What did Nekad learn from us? He should have been afraid. There was a disaster. In a temper, we did something terrible. Many of our people died. It was why you built it. Naku Tedek. But in Hekala, what did we do? The rock slide took a village with it. We recall a shard of memory. We were battered, weightless. The earth gave way beneath our feet. We were left to fall alone. There was no time to scream. We looked with horror upon what we had done. How could you bear to speak to us? Your pride only shamed us more. What havoc had we wrought before that this disaster would bring you joy? After the crisis passed, the people wailed in agony. Did the dead forever wander the nothing of the in-between? You proposed an easy road for their souls to travel on, Naku Tedek, where you returned the dying to the Adra, and their bodies to the soil. Hiding, seeking, finding, revealing. We should like that to be our way. Yet Nekad, your mentor, opposed Naku Tedek's construction with his every breath and word. How could he despise your mission? We do not remember why. Preserving the old ways was the hinge Nikad's life turned upon. Without his purpose, he would have been lost for how to live. Your mentor, Nikad, was a story keeper, and our people's stories say that your souls are wild things. Your souls leave your bodies and run free across the land to enter death and return to life in their own time. So it has been, and so Nikad believed it should always be. Why did you betray him? Trust, faith, willingness to concede that others might know best. This is what preoccupied you. We remember now. When he finally saw Naku Tedek and understood what you had built, what did Nikad do? You threatened him with violence. He wept and begged to know why you stole true reincarnation from the people. His tears shone. He did not wait for you to answer. He pulled a knife from his belt. The torchlight flickered on the steel. He held it to your throat. What did you do, Enhekala, when your mentor threatened your life? We remember. Steel on steel. A spurt of blood. A sound of pain. You stood over him and wept. Could he have been right about you? One more thing, Enhekala. What did you feel as he died? You planted a tree near Naku Tedek to remember him by. As it grew, we learned that we should not pass judgment, but observe. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of death. And therefore, heights.
Dead. Gods, they're all... We failed. I'm sorry.
met this anime.
You can find all sorts of unusual machines in these ruins. We should have a look.
Right behind you.
We've got company.
You're mine now.
I think worth.
Never had a chance. That'll show him.
Just a little spark. Charge it up. I thought I had explored all of Emerald Stair, but this is new to me. Subtle as a mouse.
Then! Cruel 10!
Look out! Behind you!
Cruel 10!
Kill yourself! Quick!
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Next one's mine.
Worth and wrath! Then! Then! Cruel 10! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Then!
Gather round!
We've got better things to do.
Silmes Nitum! Cruak 10! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Remember the strangle room. Be quiet. Smells like a whale's insides.
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! think worth and wrath!
I think that's Maxim Vidal.
That looks... It's like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with at camp.
Thank the gods you weren't there when it happened. Thank the gods.
The workshop finally
Hey! You there!
smell the chemicals.
What a terrible loss. I don't care what anyone says, Fiorme Severno was the jewel of the living lands.
Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Then! I think worth and...
Well done, boy.
Miss me too!
You're bleeding!
Crack 10!
Ah! You won't get through this!
Crack 10! and wrath!
On your right.
Watch the left.
Then! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Sirmes Nitum! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
I'm coming for Ludwig next.
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Croak 10! Croak 10! Worth and wrath!
Nice shot!
Worth and wrath!
Don't you die on me!
Worth and wrath!
Nice! Left leg!
Worth and wrath!
Who's ready for more?
Leave something alone long enough, with a plan, take it back.
Hi, weapons ready.
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Sirmes Nitum! Worth and rust!
Who's ready for more?
Right behind you.
Worth and rust! Worth and rust!
Who's next? Anyone?
Sorting.
Protect the envoy.
This one's mine. Your turn, Eora.
Let's have a look in that cave. Up there on the cliff.
A good campfire will feel nice after this.
Not saying a word.
Worth and rust!
Careful, to the left!
One for you!
Worth Isok Sogu! Worse than rust! Worse than rust!
That's one for us.
I think worse than rust!
You're mine now.
Worse than rust! I think worse than rust! Ooh, then! I think worse than rust! I think worse than rust! I think worse than rust!
I'm coming for Ludwig next.
Traveler. Greetings and well met. I hope the roads have been treating you well. If you're in need of a restock, you've come to the right place. Luckily, those steel garrote soldiers at the gate haven't bothered me yet. I'm just hoping not to draw their attention. Aye, they killed those poor rangers and have just been waiting there. Not a fan, I take it? Well, you're certainly not alone in that, friend. Anyway, it's not my business to interfere in. I've seen nothing and just wish to be on my way.
thought Helia was all about art, birds, and pretty things. That looks like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with at camp.
Quiet as a soul.
Krolak 10! Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Good one!
I think worth and wrath! Krolak 10! Krolak 10! Worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
Next one's mine.
Just a little spark. A little power goes a long way. Charge it up. A little power goes a long way. Smells like death. Not in a good way.
Worse than rough! I think worse than rough! Worse than rough! There! I think worse than rough! Worse than rough! Me too! I think worse than rough!
Never had a chance. Defense is up!
I think worse than rough!
Let's
I think worse than rough!
Onward to the right!
Them! Worse than rough! Still mess me! I think worse than rough! I think worse than rough! Then! I think worse than rough! Isos!
To your left!
I think worse than rough!
What's your right? Don't you die on me!
Still mess me too!
You're not looking so good.
Crack 10!
Watch the left.
Crack 10!
Perk up, Envoy.
I think worse. I think worse than rough! I think worse than rough!
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Just a little spark. Charge it up.
Right. I think I'll just stick with hunting bears for now.
I can smell the flames. We must pray for the people of Fjord. May I help you? You did! To think a godlike would deliver this back to me. I feel blessed, truly. Wherever he is, Eothas smiles on you. Wait, are you suggesting he stole it for some purpose? What? Eothas himself, ending innocent lives? I'd heard the rumors that he walked among us, but to think the God of Light could be to blame for such horrors? No, it's beyond belief.
Agents of violence. They cloak themselves in warmth and light and spread like wildfire.
Challenge is one thing. Slander is something else entirely. I don't know. The mere thought of having a god's power feels profane. I find myself lost, godlike. I look at this relic now and I wonder whether all my years of service were a waste. I will. I pity my own suffering when I should learn from it instead. I'll pray for the thief's absolution. If not in this life, then maybe the next. Thank you for telling me all this.
Shame this had to happen. Some war wounds never heal. Watch for spiders.
To your left!
We've got company!
Oh, no, you don't!
Nicely done!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Worth and...
Try a weapon that works!
On your right!
Worse than rot! I think worse than rot!
Next one's mine!
Seen metal like that, usually behind a very high price tag at a blacksmith.
Soldiers ahead, by the watchtower. What's our move, Envoy?
Envoy? What are you doing here? Our report said you were still in Fjord. We won't be, for long. Our objectives for the region are complete.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't tear your soul apart.
Because one wrong move from you and my soldiers will shoot. Now, state your business, and don't waste my time. We're moving out. Mission plans are confidential. Besides, this is my tower. You play by my rules.
You're in no position to offer us terms of any sort.
You're forgetting you're in hostile territory.
I see Lord Heelguard's second is outgrowing her boots. Fine. If I relay my orders, will you leave us alone?
I make no promises for your survival.
I take her at her word.
With Andra's mortar gone, Adia saw a passage to the uncharted world. The living lands were perfect. They had resources, land to build stable ports. We didn't anticipate the Dream Scourge would ruin Fjord's crops, but, well, we used the famine to our advantage. It wasn't personal. Don't take the moral high ground with me. You've done plenty of profiting here yourself. I killed one sentry. I'm not going to answer for the rest. It was a token to prove my honor. It's tradition. You know that. You question the honor of the Steel Garrote? Your title has gone to your head. Someone needs to teach you a lesson in humility. Attack!
I think worse than rot!
They're coming!
I think worse than rot! I think worse than rot! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
You won't get through this!
Worth and wrath! Silmes Metum!
Back in the fight.
We make a good squad.
Is it done? Is the captain dead? I knew I could trust you. And the ring? My family will never hear. But at least we have something to remember him by. The gods favor you. Safe journey, godlike.
I don't have much to offer.
Can you believe it? One day, those Stilgarot pigs will pay, though, Impressive. I wonder if my theory about her is correct. Is that so? Huh, how fascinating. I guess with Fjorgon, I'll never be able to study the flow of essence into the region's fauna, will I? Ah well, the wheel turns on. Perfetto! That's all of them! As am I. Without Fjord's walls to shelter us, it's nice to know that the wilds are a bit safer thanks to you. Oh, please take this. It's from my personal collection of essence-infused oddities. I have a feeling you will find it of more use than I would. There's nothing left, Aimika. Take a rest.
In the eyes! Show me what's right in the dark!
It feels wrong killing them. But what choice do we have?
We have got to put a stop to this thing, Envoy.
Everyone okay?
Trespassers!
Who got there? Worth the rock!
Take your best shot!
Let's finish this. Couldn't have done it better.
New leaves in the oasis. Why did you cut them down?
Quiet as the depths.
Cruac 10!
Show me what you got!
Cruac 10! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Isos!
Cory in the front! Not bad, Envoy.
Mess me too! Then! I think worth and wrath! Mess me too! Cruac 10! I think worth and wrath! Me too! Worth and wrath!
I'll fix this.
Silmes Mitum! Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Silmes Mitum!
Good shooting, Kai.
Worth and wrath!
Here we go! We've got company!
Worth and wrath! Then!
Left flank!
Worth and wrath!
Burning!
Worth and wrath!
That all you had?
Lead the way.
A branch breaks.
We see you! Invaders in the tower!
Coming from your right!
Coming from the left!
Worth and wrath! Worth and wrath! Crack 10! Worth and wrath! Crack 10!
Okay.
You won't get through this!
Isakso!
Did you see the 100 visions too? Were you also called by he who sees and isn't seen? Yet you were drawn here, despite the heat and the encroaching plague. Something is whispering to you. One wonders if it's my god or yours. Does your god ever toy with you? Mine taunts their chosen with nonsense. This is one of my god's shrines. I think they called me here to tell me something, but I don't know what. Some say you can hear the gods whispering in these totems. I've tried. It hasn't worked. It's a wonder any of us are still sane, really, between our gods and this plague. And I'd be happy to give it to you, as long as you humor my request. I won't request anything as dire as what has been asked of you, or will be asked. I forget what I was told. Tell me if you feel like you're in control still. That's all I want. Tell me if you possess autonomy and choice. Truly. I suppose as long as your purpose is aligned, it'll all be fine. Normally I wouldn't mind passing time, trading nonsense, but I've things to do here. So, take this and go. You'll be fine. Just try not to think too much of your place in the world.
What have you got there? Some sort of puzzle piece? Seems to be missing a few parts. I admit it's much nicer than I expected. A more than suitable home for a shrine. We're going in, aren't we? What am I saying? Of course we are.
Is that all you got?
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
That was a close one.
A dead village. Voices. Feels like one of Yada's ghost stories.
I think worth and wrath!
Mine now! One for you!
I think worth and wrath!
It burns! It burns!
Worth and wrath! worth and wrath!
Nicely done!
Unseen,
Again!
A little help!
Isoksu!
That hit the spot.
Just like the good old days.
Okay. I don't want anyone complaining about my tent being a mess ever again.
I wish he could have stayed and gardened. Hello. Are you here to grieve someone too? Have you? Oh, I can't imagine that. It must be a terrible thing to lose so many people your heart hides from itself. There are so many flowers here. I'm sorry I never learned their names. My brother thought of them as friends, you know? He loved them dearly. He was. I wish I were as forgiving as him. He died last month. The dream thralls killed him. Killed 3 of his comrades. He absolutely hated fighting. All he wanted to do was be a gardener. If the plague ever ends, I'll grow a garden around his grave. Right now, all I have is this bouquet. I'd bring it to him, but... it's not safe. There are things near his grave. I can't fight them. But you look like you could. Will you go chase them out? Put flowers on his grave in my stead. And maybe tell him I'll grow him a garden one day.
I think I saw a cairn across the lake bed. That must be the place. That looks like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with at camp.
Mine. Out! Finish it.
I think worth and wrath!
Couldn't have done it better.
You take lead.
Worth and wrath!
Burning!
I think worth and wrath!
Anyone! They're all gone. Is anyone there?
Those dream thralls?
The city is under attack. Let's not waste the moment.
Fierce and rough!
Take your best shot!
Then! Croak 10! Croak 10! I think worse than rough!
Remain vigilant.
I think worse than rough! I think worse than rough!
Never had a chance.
Watch your back!
Quiet as
I think worse than rough! I think worse than rough! Worse than
Come on! Come all!
I think worse than rough!
Watch your blade!
That blade!
Worse than rough! I think worse than rough! I think worse than rough!
Nice shot!
I think worse than rough! I think worse than rough! I think worse than rough! I think worse than rough!
Dream with us.
Ihaise!
Dream thralls.
the dream thralls almost got through. But they didn't. You're just going to pretend like nothing happened?
Yes.
Hold it right there, Adiran. What are your intentions in town? Been sick? Strange dreams lately?
Relax, Daran. The only strange dreams we've had involve your mother.
Shit. Kai? What are you doing here? Temerty's gonna have a fit.
You know Rawatayan? Impressive. You know, Kai, for an Adiran, your friend doesn't seem too bad.
Kai shouldn't be here. None of you should be here. Huh. You're with the Adirans now?
I'm with the Envoy, and we're against the Dream Scourge.
And you should respect our authority to protect Thirdborn from unknown dangers like you.
Come on, Daran. They slew those dream thralls for us. I doubt she could have done that if she was sick. I, for one, thank you. We couldn't take him on our own.
Are you smoking Svef? The Adirans raised Fior. We'll be next.
We're trying to remain 2 steps ahead of them. You can help us by getting out of our way.
Daran, can you get on with it?
Fine. All right. I can't keep you out if you're not sick anyway. We just have to take precautions. Everyone in Thirdborn has lost someone. Pass on through, but report any symptoms you see to the Tiranui. They're responsible for keeping law and order around here.
That's the problem with the Dream Scourge. When you find symptoms, it's already too late.
We better get to clearing out these corpses. We'll need help. There's too many to haul off between the 2 of us.
The attack seems to be over. Everyone okay?
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
I saw my uncle out there.
If you need material for bandages, I have some. I'll even give you a good price. Wish I could give it out for free, but I still have to eat. We'd run out of resources eventually, and then we wouldn't have the money to restock. This plague needs to end soon. I don't know what we'll do if it doesn't. Anyway, did you need any linens? Silk? Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
Be nice if we had guns like that. I wouldn't be so fucking terrified of the Dream Thralls otherwise.
Guns like that? On our wages? Come on.
Well, well, if it isn't the one who finally cleared out the mines. Glad to see you. And you'll be glad to hear I can bring the prices down, too. I'll be damned. Never thought I'd see star metal in my lifetime. Short answer, no. Long answer, still no. But the Forge Master in Solace Keep is probably your best bet if you're looking for someone who does.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure? No one can swing a hammer like you.
If you knew how rare this stuff is, you wouldn't ask me. Ismalt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the Highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Adra inlay, brass filigree, whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the teeth.
needs fabric? We still have stock.
If you need skates, we got things for you to kill. Ah, hello, stranger. Welcome to Thirdborn. How can the Tiranui help? Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone. Oh, you're back. Wait, was it an elf and their two strange friends?
You sound like you've heard this before.
Gods know the twins always seem to be involved in the dumbest shit. What did you even get from them? Sure, I'll take extra special care with it. I wish this was the dumbest thing these two have done. I think they were born tricksters. They certainly found their fun at my expense growing up together. Our parents had to step in more than once to get them in line. Guess it just never took.
They were so exhausted from making a family, they didn't have the stamina to support one.
Didn't you know? The twins are my brothers. Though I guess I can see the confusion. I do take more after my mother. I'll have to have a talk with them, especially now that Aiko and his friends won't be allowed back in town. I suppose it was only a matter of time before his stupidity caught up with him. Well, seems like I have to thank you for letting me know. I'll just add it to my to-do list. Here, we hand these out to the kids from time to time. Makes them feel good about helping. I'll take the drugs from here. So again, thank you so very much for helping the community. Have a nice day. We just keep the peace in and around town.
They used to break up tavern brawls and heated quarrels. Now you're, what, supervising everyone who's guarding the walls?
We're just a bit overwhelmed right now. Apparently, some here think I'm not doing enough. I'd like to see them try. Okay, well, don't do it again unless you got something to show me. Oh. Let me know. It'll be good to have just a little less crime around. I've heard of throwing rocks at people, but not the other way around.
If you're going out to the Highlands, watch your back.
Damn my eyes. My dear envoy, just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days. I would know it in your bearing, envoy, even if I did not recognize your face. You must be high crown born and bred. I visited in better days, spent many nights in her ports.
If he loves the Empire so much, perhaps he should go live there.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall grass pikemen on parade. Me? Oh, no, envoy, you flatter me. I had a chance once, but no. I am Nagunu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Tawe, Koa, Ranga, they saw Adir with me, you know, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Maybe the barkeep should cut him off.
I am drunk on memory only. And perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table to share one last drink and part as friends. You would do that? Venture out into the wastes to look for them? You negotiate for the Emperor himself. If anyone could convince Taue, Koa, and Runga to share one last drink with me, it's you. Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence, no walls, no roof, exposed to the world. But that's our Taue. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix. Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul. She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms. Of course, you have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, Envoy, and in all your labors to come.
Another day, another drunkard. Welcome to the Dead Swordfish. I wondered when I'd see you around here. What can I do for you? Are you kidding? After what you did at the gates? Anybody who's anybody comes through my tavern. Just a matter of when. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? That's an understatement. You want to hawk wares, you come to Thirdborn. Legitimate, or, well, you know. Nothing like Paradise, of course. But people here are a little more forgiving than the Adirans. Oh, no offense. You're not shy about your opinions, are you? You're practically local. Actually, I've been waiting for a few barrels of mead to come through. My supplier, Falkeen, has been sitting on it. Some Adiran oomph should change his mind. I'd be happy to reward you if you don't mind talking to him. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? Oh, maybe I should have your bard. Better than off-key shanties all day.
Are they? Did you?
Are they dead? That is a salve. Thank you. All of you.
It can make you stronger, but you never have to like it. Don't forget that.
Let's go, Nameho. We need to be with them now.
If Shatterscarp is like this now, well, we should get going too.
Good thing they burnt that shack down. Mushrooms growing up the walls. Fish, get your... The attack sounded terrible. I could hear the fight from in here. It's getting harder and harder to pretend everything's all right. That's what they say. But every day they're trying to find fresh recruits to make up for their losses. Anyway, can I get you anything? Need your energy up in this day and age. fish!
Welcome back. How can I help?
Godlike! Winds above! You're really here! I knew I had to find you as soon as I heard you were in Thirdborn.
Chico? When did you get so tall? I almost didn't recognize you.
Kai! You're here too? Now I know Thirdborn is in good hands. We've got to do something about the Dream Scourge. It's worse every day. One of our neighbors wasn't himself, and we can't afford to lose anyone. We need people who will fight back. People like Kai, and my uncle Capo.
Me? You don't know what you're saying. Believe me. But Capo, he's the real deal. That old salt's a monster slayer.
That Leviathan hanging over the market? That was his work. Of course he did! I still hear people reminisce about him dragging it back to the shore. But, well, Thirdborn hasn't seen the Capo I know in a long time. I've tried everything to convince him to get out of the house. He may be old now, but we can still use his experience. If Thirdborn could see him up on those walls, they'd all follow him. I hate to impose, but would you pay him a visit? He lives on the northeast side of town. He's tired of hearing from me. Maybe one hero to another, you know?
Ah, isn't this a surprise? Giada, come say hello. Oh, hello there. I thought our paths might cross again.
Quilici, there you are.
Ah, my dear Giada. I never thought I'd see us both exiled from Fior Messiverno. Yet here we are. As you can see, the good people of Thirdborn have welcomed us with open arms. Remarkable under the circumstances. The Dream Scourge has struck this place with violence, bloodshed, death. No. I think they made their point already. Now that we're under Thirdborn's protection, my animancers can get back to work. We've made a few improvements to the local fishing gear, tinkered on harpoons and the like. You might not believe it, but some of our farming equipment is back to working order. Ah, that is where the challenge lies, does it not? We have many animancers working on the problem. Though it is difficult to farm when one is under attack, eh? The sheer numbers of infected makes our work perilous.
Do you need any help?
We have everything under control, and your work is too important to squander on agriculture. One more thing before we're parted again. We've made a tidy profit of our labor, and the others gathered a little something for you. Don't spend it all at once. Thank you, but I know how to handle my coin. I left the Republic a wealthy man.
You never told me that.
My dear, how do you think we built Fior Messiverno? The fortune is gone, and I don't miss it. Go on, then. Surely you have better places to be? No doubt the Ediran envoy has a message to deliver, or a foreboding parcel of some kind.
He's doing well. Better than well. And to think I've been worried sick.
Ah, if you need something, get over here and talk to me.
Oh, let me guess. My Nikai sent you. That kid's been muttering about sending some new hero by.
Old man Capo. Glad to see you're still kicking around.
Kai, what rock have you been hiding under? Those scales are looking rougher since I last saw you.
Your eyesight finally going? But we didn't come here to talk about my handsome mug. That Nakai of yours still getting underfoot, I take it?
Like a cannonball in a rolling deck, that kid. Damn child won't stop hovering over me. They keep trying to send so-called heroes over to cheer me up, but there's not much point these days. Back when Thirdborn was no more than a husk on the cliffside, we had real heroes. I've slain 1,000 Zorips, wrestled rock beetles, even slew the Leviathan. People these days. Young and impudent. I've done more than most in this town. Designing the scaffolding to ward off those plagued bastards to start. Ah well. I'm a sick old man now. Even that took its toll. Still, maybe Chico was onto something when they sent you. You're the one who cleared the dream thralls at the gates, aren't you? Good to know someone is looking out for Thirdborn at least. I tell you what. This old man would like to ask a boon of you. One hero to another. I promise it'll be worth your while. I want to see my heart one last time. Will you get it for me? A trial, at the very least. A Leviathan heart is a rare thing. When left out in the air, it becomes as hard as Adra, and 100 times as valuable. And I had the only one in the living lands. I couldn't just leave it on my kitchen table now, could I? No, I kept it safe, hidden up in the godless ruin along the coast. But now, I'm dying. I can feel it in my bones. I don't have long, and I'd like to see my treasure one more time. Get it for me, and I'll see you get a reward. Beyond that, well, I left that old ruin with a few tricks for would-be thieves. Step carefully.
Thanks for the tip. We would have explored it eventually. At least now we have a reason.
Good luck, godlike.